Hey guys, so we have to talk about the nature of the European. Basically, as you can see here, we have another European shooting people out there, and this is basically like it's basically the harder things get for them, the more you can see their nature coming out, and this is something that the black media really has to talk about the nature of the European, and not only the European, but we have to go through every group. We have to go through the nature of the Asian people, the nature of the Hispanics, the nature of the Indians. So we're gonna make this like a series because it's really important that we make like a historical record so that our children in the future, they'll be able to come back to this and be like, oh, so this is actually how the European is, and the nature, this is how they've always been, and it's really important to, because we like, us, we already know how they are, but what about in the future? Like they're gonna try to fool the world again, and we can't let that happen. We have to use the truth to to show people the truth of how they really are. So again, so we're gonna go through this article. It'll be quick. I'll try to make it quick. Um, all right, so first they said, they say it's the lone suspect in the deadly September shooting in the Immigration Customs Enforcement Field Office in Dallas has been detained. Officials announced on September 26th. So from the beginning, they say the lone suspect, and from the beginning, you already see the the European media trying to make it like it's only one European, like a lone wolf BS. See, this is what they do when it's when it's their people. They would say it's a lone person, but if it was if it was like one of us, they'd be saying, oh, uh, the suspect might be related to a gang or some other crime. So this is how this is the battle that we have to fight, where you know the mainstream European media, they're always going, they're always they're basically kind of like you could say like evil, or they're always trying to protect evil, and when they say the lone suspect, you don't have to put that word there. You just have to put the suspect, because this is basically them trying. This is actually why it keeps happening, because when they say the lone suspect, then you're kind of like making it seem like, oh, you know it's okay if this happens, because you know it's not a big problem in the European community, in the European American community, so this is why it keeps happening, because the way the media covers it, they try to shield these people, all right, so let's go to the next paragraph. So it says, Joshua Jan is accused of indiscriminately shooting at the immigration facility from the rooftop of a nearby law office, deleting detainees, critically injuring two others. And then it says, law enforcement officials later found the suspect. Uh, he basically deleted himself when the cops found him. He already deleted himself, whatever. Uh, and then it says, Officials believe no evidence indicates he had membership in any specific group or entity. Yeah, so they're trying to make it seem like this is not a European epidemic that they're all doing this now. I mean, not all, but like this is basically what I want to go back to. The nature of the European. Uh, their nature is violence, and if they don't get their way, they're just gonna delete people just because they didn't get their way. Uh, for example, when we protest, when we black people when we protest, when we fight for something, we protest, or we make it like a movement that the world follows. And that's basically the difference between them and us. We're actually righteous in the way we fight for for justice. We protest, and protest it's actually not that good these days. Back in the '60s, it was a good way of fighting back. But but anyway, but the difference is that we actually we make it like a movement about justice. But these people here, when they don't get their way, they just delete like everything that they see. And again, this goes back to the nature of the European. They don't know how to be civilized. And when the thing is, we have to make this clear, to our people that this is how they've always been in history. Look at World War I, World War II, and look at the wars in the 1800s, 1700s. They were always fighting each other, fighting other people. They're basically, they're basically savages. And when I say that, I don't mean like all of them, but their history shows that they're really violent and criminal people. Like when you look at the worst crimes in history, they weren't committed by Africans or black people. They were committed by these people, the Europeans. And when you debate the European or any other people, you have to remind them that who are the people that make the worst crimes in history. Look at Gaza. Look at World War I, World War II. Look at the slavery of our people. And when when you told them that, then there's nothing else they could say. So again, history is so important because it shows you the truth. You can't debate history because history is it is what it is. And again, so I want to talk about the nature of the European, like how when we try to change them, that's we we shouldn't be trying to change them because it's like if you're trying to change a shark, like are you really gonna be able to change a shark? Or instead of trying to change them, how about you find some other way of not being around the shark? So creating your own businesses, creating your own neighborhoods, and finding ways around not being around a shark. So this is what Malcolm and Elijah Muhammad and the greats. This is what they taught us that you know trying to integrate with the European, it doesn't really work. It hasn't worked in Australia. It hasn't worked in South Africa. It hasn't worked anywhere. The nature of the European is just violence, and you can live around them. They don't like anybody, and they don't like themselves. look at what they did to Kirk and other people. So again, we have to remind our children, you know, and we have to do this from the beginning. You know, the problem with us, black people, is that we wait until they're like, teenagers to teach them, about the nature of the other groups, the Asians, the Europeans. We wait too long, to teach them that. And, by the time they're already teenagers, they don't want to hear what the mom and the dad has to say. So you have to do that really early. And, it's a harsh lesson, but, the same way that a lion teaches their cub, don't go near the hyenas, because the nature is they want to like eat you, they want to delete you. So the same way that the lion does it, that's how we gotta do it too. It's really important that we do that early, basically. So again, there goes another European, committing crime, and when they do crime, it's like the worst kind of a crime. Like we don't premeditate, like like these kinds of things. When we do something, it's more like a like a basically like a territorial kind of thing. Like oh your group is like taking territory from us, and it's mostly like BS. It's not like premeditated like violence like this guy. This guy he went on a freaking roof, to do this to people. And like this is like super evil, man. And yeah, so just remember, there's no way to change the European, and no integration is gonna help you. You have to make your own businesses. You have to your own school curriculums, and you don't even have to make your own schools. You can make it online. And like we have technology for everything now, so there's no excuse now. So um, that's the video. I just wanted to talk about the nature of these people, and when we look at what happened recently with Joshua Giant, it shows you how they are, and we have to make this like a teaching lesson, you know, and we have to tie it back to history. History is everything. So again, guys, make sure to go to blkbusiness.me, blkbusiness.me, and that's where I have a directory of channels, black channels, where you can find great content from our people, because YouTube and other social media, they're not gonna promote our channels, so we have to do it ourselves. And I want to make it not only about social media. I want to make it about like if you have like a product that a product that you sell, like T-shirts or something else. Yeah, we could put it in the website also, so people could find you. It's no, that's basically really important that we find each other, and that we do business with each other. So go to blkbusiness.me, and if you want your channel listed, just send an email, and we'll add it to the website. So again, make sure to separate from these people, and the only way to do that is to work for yourself. So we have to, and with technology, is it there's multiple ways now. So let's you know let's do our thing, and make sure to teach the children that this is the people that we're dealing with, and we have to follow the message that Malcolm told us. Separate and That's the only way. That's the only way. So, all right, guys. See you in the next one, man.